Hello, welcome to another episode of the Horror Vision Presents Slasher Party. I'm Sean.
I'm Missy.
And Jessica Lacey back again to round out 8 episodes of Hell Motel. Jessica, hello.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Thank you. I am here. We are here. It is over. And people on the internet are mad about it.
I'm not
So-
surprised.
Oh my. You guys tell me about your experience watching this episode. Jessica, tell me about your experience watching this episode.
Well, first of all, it's a very slow start, and I was waiting for it to get somewhere for a very long time.
Yes.
And then I feel like it's a wonderful little troll. I'm on
That's my favorite Jimmy Stewart movie, by the way. It's a wonderful little troll.
I'm team both of them did it. Why not?
Interesting. So you are staunchly in team they both did it.
I'm not staunchly in team they both did it because this is so ridiculous. Like I don't even know that they picked a side. So I feel weird about being like, this is what happened. But there's so much where it was like, well, if Andy did this, why would he have been the killer? Or if Paige did that, obviously it was her. There was so much that lined up on both sides. Why not? I think maybe it was Andy. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know that they. I have no idea. I think it was intentional to confuse all of us, and I think it worked. And if it wasn't intended to be ambiguous, they did a really bad job executing it.
It was definitely, let's just assuage these fears right here. It was definitely intended to be ambiguous.
It was intentional.
I mean, it has to be. Missy, what about you?
I like how they played it out. It's not what I wanted. I mean, if they were going to change up their format and rebrand and whatnot, like I think they should have said, fuck it, let's go supernatural and gone full out Baphomet. That's what I really wanted. But I didn't really think I was going to get that. I thought I liked the way they played it out. I don't like the last 30 seconds of the episode. I think we should have ended with Paige and Andy. Because they had that really cool shot of them both at the end laying together with the blood and everything. And I think that's where it should have ended.
Mm-hmm.
You and I both tend to like ambiguity. So, I mean, if they weren't going to like go all in with somebody, I like the way they played it out because I feel like they gave you pieces on either side. Either side works. I kind of also feel like they both probably killed one or two people. But I wasn't upset with how it played out. I didn't feel cheated. At this point, I've watched 4 seasons of Slasher. Or, well, almost
Counting
4.
this as slasher.
Yeah.
Right. Almost 4, because I still have 1 episode left of season 2, Camp Motega. But I've watched all of Solstice, Flesh and Blood, and now Hell Motel. And all the other ones I've watched have stuck to a very tight formula. You get a full reveal in episode 7, and then 8 is the aftermath. So this deviated in a couple different ways, and I think if they were trying to change things up because they're rebranding, and I think they did it well. I'm not upset with how it shook out. I mean, and I really, even though it started slow, it was all character development between these two characters that we've been with since the beginning. And then we're at the film fest and everything, so I thought it was fun. Like, I liked the setting. I liked where we jumped forward to and everything. My only real issue with it is that last 30 seconds, because I think it was unnecessary and then it's somewhat confusing.
Overall, I think this will probably end up in my top 10 horror of the year for the experience. And
Mm-hmm.
I did not hate this. I really like that they stuck to the ambiguity. I really
Mm-hmm.
like that. But I can't help but and all it was like Jessica, you're right. It was slow. Like literally, Kirsten and I were psyched, and it was a 43-minute long episode, and we fell asleep with right around 13 or 14 minutes left. So like right when shit was escalating, like right before the director
Okay.
gets stabbed, we fell asleep, right? And woke up, like just nodded off on the couch and just shut it off and went to bed, which is I woke up this morning, I'm like, okay, first thing I'm doing is finishing that. But it surprised me that I wasn't like I need to see the last 13 minutes. All of the slow start stuff needed to be there because obviously it's like the glue between Andy and Paige that needed to be set in order for the end to mean something. But I still can't help but feel like it went out with a whimper and not a bang. Like that's the best way I can say.
Mm-hmm.
I every episode was so like bombastic, and this one it just wasn't. And that's fine, and I always try to like, okay, I know I had expectations, right? And I am quadrupling down. The murderer was fucking Blake. Now, but I'm kidding, but there was a moment where Blake pops up on the
Yes,
screen. I
I
was like,
thought
wait,
the
what
same
is
thing.
happening right now?
I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, Sean was right. He was right.
Same.
For like one, like not even 30 seconds, I was like, wait, oh my God, are you serious? Like, because I thought it was like a live feed. It was like his master
Uh-huh.
plan or something. I was like, what?
Because you hear him talking too.
Yeah. Um,
I thought the same thing. And then it continued to go, and I'm like, oh no, they're just gonna tease us. Fuck you.
I don't know. I just I couldn't tell you. Okay, I had baggage, right? So I always try and say, okay, these are my expectations. Don't put your shit on them, right? Just because they don't do what you want doesn't make it bad.
Right.
And
Right.
I wanted like I knew like I wanted a real Baphomet, right? I wanted there to be some evil shit, manifested,
Right.
and we didn't get it. So, but I don't feel like that's what like what's holding me up about it. I just feel like I don't know. I couldn't tell you what I wanted, but I feel like there was a way to do the exact same thing and have it be a little bit more bombastic. And it wasn't bad at all. It's just and the last 30 seconds, the first thing I said is, okay. I looked at Kirsten. I said, "Have we seen her before?" And she's like, "No." They're saying that now there's going to be a movie about Paige, and it's like the cycle starts again. Because I'm like now
Oh.
searching in my brain that this was somebody we had seen at some point, and she was the killer. And Kirsten's like, "No, I didn't get that at all." I'm like,
See, I
"Okay,
thought it was the same girl. I thought it was the girl who was playing her daughter.
I
No,
don't know. It was somebody
it was
No.
different."
Okay.
the actress. The actress was the final girl of season one.
Hmm.
Spoilers.
Oh, okay. I haven't watched it. I haven't watched one yet.
And according
That's next.
to according the I'm getting all pulling all this off of Reddit. That's
Okay.
what I'm pulling this all off of. There is on the slasher TV series subreddit, there was a quiz. Who do you think the killer is? 74 people said Andy, 27 said Paige, 48 said Andy and Paige. I voted Andy and Paige. Um, the theory that some people have is the entire purpose of that audition. Half of the people think that it was to show that it was Paige all along and she was evil, because obviously there's an evil actress there. That's the angle they're taking. The other half of the people think that Andy successfully framed Paige for the murders, so she is now known as the final girl actress who went and became a psycho killer, and now they're going to make a movie about her, and that's the proof that it was Andy. He was going out of his way to frame Paige. That now,
Okay.
If they actually make that movie it will go like in real life. If Adam McDonald, Ian Carpenter, and Aaron Martin were to actually make that movie, it would really go a long way to make me feel better about this episode. I will tell you, I just realized one of the things I didn't particularly care for, and they don't tell you exactly the fact that it's pretty much divulged that Andy is Caitlin's son. I thought was, but they don't actually.
They never.
They don't.
He never says it.
He never says it, right? So, but that's almost where the ambiguity starts to work against it. And like Missy said, I'm a big fan of ambiguity, but there are like, there's a way to do it. And I almost felt like that was like written in as like a troll, or like, what is it? What's that show? Westworld. Okay, I never saw the show, but one of the things about that show that I knew somebody that was watching it and they really liked the first season, and then one of the things about it that they preached, like they would tell people, don't even bother. That was like Lost, a show where the writers would mine what was being said on Reddit and various sites and then write around that, right? Like they would write based on popular theories and stuff. They would outmaneuver it or like reference it or whatever. And I almost felt like that about that. Like it just seemed like I don't know, we didn't have enough backstory for that to like really work for me, for Andy.
That's fair.
I don't think there were any hints that Caitlin had a kid.
Yeah,
I don't either.
It seems like the internet conjured that and they picked it up and went with it.
It sounded exactly like the internet in the end when they're in bed and they're pretending to describe the movie, and he's, they're going to take it supernatural. And she's like, no, here's what actually happens. Caitlin has a kid and she's describing it. And it sounds like a bad slasher movie, as does Final Girl Goes Crazy and starts murdering everyone. So, I mean, they're both like stereotypical tropes kind of from the genre. And I think if they had tightened it a little bit, it would have been a much more interesting, unless they didn't mean for it to be ambiguous.
No, they had.
They had to.
You know how you know? Because like we just talked about, like with him being the kid, he never says it, right? Or like there are ideas that are put out during this episode, but they're put out in a way that's never concrete, right? So it's like the other person says it, or whatever. So that's how you know.
Even the thing with the heart, because we had talked about it on the previous episode about how the heart got in the ceiling, and he calls her out on it, and then she gives you a viable reason.
Yes.
Oh, well, it was Shirley and Floyd. They were trying to frame me in case you didn't work out. And he's like, oh, okay. And that makes sense, and I accept that reason. But
yeah, except there's one thing: if he is the killer, why is he bringing that up at all?
Yeah, and I think I don't think that's sloppy writing. I think that's intense writing. Like I think all of that was thought about. I think that's all it all plays into it. But I just feel like there was a way to do the exact same thing, leave out the last 30 seconds or make it somehow more meaningful. Or maybe if they had done it differently, that would have been more meaningful. I don't know. But it just felt like kind of a lot of disparate ideas kind of socked together. Did you guys have a sense of who the director? I almost jumped up and cheered when they got fucking stabbed. I was like, oh, take that fucking coat off. It's just a big, weird orange puffy coat. It was driving me nuts, as was everything about them, their glasses, their voice, everything.
Their glasses matched the coat. They were also orange.
Yeah, okay, there you go. There you go.
They had orange lenses to match the coat.
But did either of you have a sense of, like, I only watched this one once. I didn't feel like I needed to watch it a second time at all. Did you have a sense of who stabbed them? Like, I feel like it was a vaguely male shape.
Not really.
If it were Paige, she would have had to have put something over her dress because they were definitely wearing a shirt jackety thing around there. Like it looked like they were wearing a jacket, which would
But
be
they could have put the cloak over it. The back,
exactly. I
like,
don't think
No, no, but there was no Baphomet. It was
but
so
we
that
couldn't see.
we could see enough to know it was not the Baphomet
there was no
disguise.
mask or anything.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
looked like a person wearing a suit to me, but unless they wanted us to know, I don't think that was either of the actors. I think it was just a random person, probably.
Yeah. As far as like the casting, right?
But it definitely wasn't Paige just in her dress. I can tell you that.
Okay.
So, and this is interesting because it seems like that would cinch Andy, but at the same time, again, because of the thoroughness of the writing, I
She could
feel
go on a
like, yeah, well, I mean, yes, she could. But the thing is, like, I feel like that definitely suggests Andy, but at the same time, I'm still inclined to wonder if there's somebody else
Somebody
because,
else.
so the end, right? Like, Paige stabs him, cops come in, and he does she's trying to kill me, and they shoot her. And I didn't take that as he was the killer. I took that as this fucking bitch fucked me over, and now I'm gonna fuck her over. But that doesn't mean either one of them are the killer.
Right.
True.
Well, and when the movie started showing the actual images, like, he looked genuinely surprised. Like, I don't think he did that to the movie.
Right, he
Whoever killed
didn't.
these people spliced this shit in to get a reaction out of them, and he looked like he did not know it was coming when he saw Caitlin's face. And then she wouldn't really have, if she didn't know that they were going to kill her off, and she didn't seem like she did.
Oh, she definitely didn't.
No,
Right.
she did
So
not.
she wouldn't have
So
been
why
the
would she have done
person.
that?
Right. She wouldn't have been the person who put the shit in the movie, and she wouldn't have had a reason to kill them. Like, she wanted to be in the next two movies and thought this was her next big break. She wouldn't have killed the director, except that, then they killed her.
This is interesting because now the more we're talking about it, I really feel like this, what I'm getting from this is it is not either of them.
There's a
And
third one still out there.
that makes me like it better. And I'm wondering if my disappointment, other than the thing about like Andy being the kid and whatever, there's like little things that irk me, but I'm wondering if my kind of not, two thumbs up. Again, I liked it. I would recommend the series for sure. But I wonder if it's because I'll never know. And usually, like, ambiguity is fine with me, but also usually you have some sense. You know what I mean? Like, even in an ambiguous thing, you have some sense of like where it lands roughly. Not necessarily, but this is like, so that's why that the last 30 seconds, I'm like, wait, now, is this the killer? Like, are they? I feel like, I don't know. Maybe it's just something I've never really encountered before, and it's when you get something new, it can sometimes be off-putting.
And it's different than than anything they've done so far. Excluding, I have not watched seasons 1 or 5 yet, so I don't know how they shake out. But it seems like they were really trying to go in a different direction and change their previous format to. I guess they wanted to go different. They were doing the rebranding thing, so I don't know. I feel like they still did something right because I enjoyed
Yeah.
watching it, and it's kept us all guessing and on our toes, and I feel like it's well written. Even, I
Oh
know
yeah.
people are going to be pissed about the ambiguity because most people want a black or white answer.
Right.
Yes.
And I like to use my imagination, so I don't like everything spelled out for me, so it doesn't bother me. But I can see why people are pissed off, but I also feel like they wrote it well. It
Yeah, I
doesn't
agree.
feel like they cheated.
No.
If it's a third killer, that's cheating.
If it's a third killer, but we don't know.
Well,
and
wait,
just
so
been
Unless they continue this storyline into another season, I would say if it was a mysterious third killer, it would be cheating because
yeah,
there's
so
no real payoff to that. So, oh, it was a mystery person. What?
but okay, so not contesting, but like let's follow that. So, but why is that cheating?
Because episode 8 exists.
But
Honestly, if it
yeah,
had ended on that roof with the
yeah,
knife
they
and the costume, I would say yes, it would be fair for it to have been a third person because then you could just go around and around and around. Was it Andy? Was it Paige? Was it a mystery person in the woods? But we have episode 8, which kind of undoes all of that. Well, episode 8 is telling us it's one of these two people. It is. It just is. And they don't mention anything about a potential third person. None of that kind of thing comes up. They could have done something if they wanted to like seal that, something in those last 30 seconds with the audition. They could have made that be something to kind of wink, wink. It was neither of them. And that doesn't appear what to be happens. So if it ended in episode 7, I would agree, not cheating. But after this, no, it has to be one of them or both or neither.
no, the both thing is interesting because so we are to assume, and it's a big assumption, but so we see that costume on the roof, right, with the knife. So that implies there were two costumes. There was Floyd and Shirley's costume, and there was that costume, which we have to assume was the costume that Portia and Ruby had. Because if there was a third costume, the police would have found it when they went through the crime scene, right? But so that means like was the costume in a common area and they were both accessing it and not knowing one another were doing, you know what I mean? Like, what are the logistics there?
why
So
couldn't there have been another costume though?
I
It
think,
was
yeah.
a famous
Well,
murder. They would have seen the mask before. They made
but
movies.
there could have been, but wouldn't the police have found that?
Not if they took it back with them whenever they left.
No, okay, but then we get into what I would consider a little bit of cheating because you show us one on the roof,
Yeah.
right? So unless somebody's got like a horn sticking out of their backpack as they're leaving in the ambulance, like we are to assume that there were two costumes. And you make a good point for for episode 8, kind of making it like it. If it had ended in 7, so I'll put it this way: like this, I have a feeling that they are Bret Easton Ellis fans, and I feel this is an unfair comparison, but this is the way my brain works. Bret Easton Ellis is a master of ambiguity, and I feel like he would have ended it 7. And 8 is just kind of like, what? Why are we here? What is this doing? It is a nice full circle thing to have them die next to one another, having, basically killed one another.
Right, to have the closure. But I kind of think if they were going to go the ambiguous route, ending on 7 would have been the stronger ending.
Yeah, it would have been.
But
Okay.
it was still kind of fun to get the movie and the death of the director in the theater and everything. But I don't know who killed them. So
Fucking Blake. That's it. It's Blake. It's got to be Blake. There's just no doubt.
I wanted it to be. I did.
I did when I heard
When
his
he
voice and
popped
they
up,
showed
I
him.
was like,
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this will be rad, and then I don't know. I just feel like the other ones have like a big bang ending, so I feel like they're just trying to try something new.
Yeah, which is cool. Like that's
Right.
growth.
Overall, I still liked it. It was a fun experience, and I'd watch it again.
It was the horror viewing event of the summer, in my opinion. Now we still have
I
Alien
agree.
Earth coming up, but like, I don't know. We had Yellow Jackets in the spring, right? And that was a very like week by week thing, and I
Hmm.
just didn't expect to have another thing like that. And
Hmm.
this was on
Yeah,
par.
for sure. I totally agree with that. And then it's spiraled me into a rabbit hole where I've like everything I've watched so far has been fun. Like I dig what they do.
Yeah.
Yes. I started watching season 3 and it's got me
Are
immediately.
you in? I loved
I'm in.
3.
3 is so fun. I was leaving you messages last night while I was watching it.
I saw.
I was like, Bill Mosley just appeared.
Oh, Bill Mosley. Oh, that's right, Missy. You told me
Yep.
that. You did tell me that. Yeah.
Yeah, so far like 3 is probably the season I liked best.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
And is that an Adam McDonald season? It is, right?
Yeah, that's when he started as showrunner, season 3. I believe just the first 2 were the ones without him, but I'm almost done with season 2. That's the Camp Motega one, and it's solid. I dig it. So I'm gonna do season 1 next. That's the one that I tried a couple times and didn't get into, but maybe it just wasn't the right time, or I just didn't understand what they were doing.
I have a feeling it wasn't the right time.
Yeah,
That would be my
I
guess.
think it was probably some of that, and also it could have been that I was looking for more character growth, not realizing what I was looking at. Now that I get what they're doing, like I'm in.
Right. Well, I, for one, can't wait to see what they do next. I hope that this is not a. I've made the comparison before. Nick Anacosta did Channel Zero for 4 seasons, and then that ended, and he did Brand New Cherry Flavor at Netflix, and it's it's just it's Channel Zero season 5, but he couldn't call it that, right? Or he didn't want to call it that, whatever. And then there's been nothing since, which is just in my mind a travesty because I love Channel Zero and I fucking love Brand New Cherry Flavor, and I'm just like, really? How is there not another? So there is no branding, and maybe that's the problem. But I'm hoping that's not a problem here because this is similar in that they did Slasher for 5 seasons and then changed it up, did Hell Motel, and there's no branding. I mean, there's not going to be a Hell Motel season 2, I don't think. So I just hope they get the chance to do another, at least one more. I hope they keep going, but I think that this format works for them, and I think this team is really good, and I look forward to whatever they do next.
I agree.
Shudder is a better home for stuff like this than Netflix. The Brand New Cherry Flavor, I never even saw promo for it. Like ever. Like Netflix just let that thing die.
It was too weird for people. That's the thing. I really think, I mean, I remember seeing it like pop up like on the new scroll or whatever, but like I had been waiting for it.
Yeah.
That show is just too weird. There's just it's not the right thing. It's not the right fit for Netflix. So I just wish they'd put it on fucking Blu-ray and let me buy it, and then sorry. God, they fucking there's like bootlegs from China that you can order, right? And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm just because who knows if you're even gonna get it, whatever. But just put it on fucking Blu-ray for Christ's sake. Oh, I love that show so goddamn much. And actually, in thinking about it, Slasher's probably not. Oh, this world where certain things don't exist on physical media just bothers the fuck out of me because shit like this could just disappear. And where Slasher started was like, I think it was the Spike Network or something like that.
Something like that. And then it went to Netflix.
Netflix picked up the seasons that already existed. I don't think they made new seasons. They just picked up what was already done.
Oh, okay.
But like the Spike Network, I feel like I don't know what that is exactly, but I have a feeling it's like the TV version of Maxim magazine.
It wasn't Spike. It was Chiller.
It was a cable channel.
Okay. I'm sorry. Is that maybe the same thing that had? Oh no, I know what I'm thinking of. Spike Network was. I never watched it.
I think they used to run the Blade TV show, Spike TV.
They had the From Dusk Till Dawn show.
I think they also had Blade.
Okay,
the television show.
Neither of which I'm interested in being a show, but so Chiller. Okay, so I'm curious what else was on Chiller.
It was an NBC thingy. I don't know.
This is like when cable was still a thing, and they had like all the major networks started branching out and having like their like little weird offshoot channels,
and now
right?
they just do streaming services.
How weird that we're in this like period where behind us, like right now, there's like all like I just had to. I don't even remember what it was for now. To watch the original I Know What You Did Last Friday. I had to get a free subscription to MGM Plus, and I'm just like, MGM Plus, like seriously, really? Like like everybody's got to have their network, but like so we have all this ahead of us, or like right now, but also not that long ago there's this vast gulf of networks that we've all forgotten about. Like, it's so weird. Wow. Well, I don't know. Final thoughts on Hell Motel Grand. Now, did I even say the name of the episode at the beginning?
I don't think you did.
God damn it! I listened to some French guy tell me how to pronounce it. Now I don't remember. Grand Guignol. That's fine. I don't care. Any final thoughts on Grand Guignol?
Just that, I mean, if you've been watching Hell Motel and listening along with us, if you haven't watched previous seasons of Slasher and you like what they do, check them out. Like, I've been having a blast with them, and I'm glad that we had this summer and that it sparked that interest because it's kept me busy.
I agree. And some of them are on Netflix and some of them are on Shudder. And like I said, I'm doing season 3 right now, and it's a blast so far. So
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it more than Hell Motel, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I
Wow,
loved that one.
Yeah. There's a kill at the end of episode 1 that I was watching it, and I was sending Missy voice texts, and I was just like, oh my God, the kill at the end of episode 1.
And its aesthetic is real cool. Like, I love the way the slasher and the mask look in season 3, Solstice. Yeah. And it all takes place in this crazy apartment building that has like the hallways have neon lights, and like the doors are painted pastel colors, and it just looks trippy. Most of it takes place in this apartment building, but it's fun. I mean, so far, all of the ones I've watched have been very solid slasher movies with top-notch gore.
Yeah, the gore is exceptional.
Yeah, if you're a gore hound and you haven't watched these, like, you're missing out. I was.
Oh, and I have discovered that if you do consider this to be Canadian Horror Story, which I do, Genevieve de Graves is the Emma Roberts of slasher.
That cracked me up when you sent me that.
Wait, who did she play?
The one who plays Adriana.
The one who played Adriana.
Oh.
In season 3, Solstice, she's kind of like a bitchy teenage girl, and she's blonde, and she's the Emma Roberts of slasher, of Canadian Horror Story.
For sure.
Have you guys noticed that IMDb added this thing? Every time I try to click on somebody, there's now a heart in the lower left corner, and I end up hearting people. I'm like, I'm not heart.
I didn't notice that.
It's super annoying. Anyway.
Yes, I see it.
Yeah, I will just say, as my final thought, I think this was great. And even though I'm not in love with the ending, part of that might be my own baggage. And I just, again, Aaron Martin, Ian Carpenter, Adam McDonald, do this again, please.
Please.
And Jessica, September 9th is fast approaching. Like, we're almost, next week it'll be like we're a month out. So Tastes Like Candy, pre-order up everywhere.
Yes. Tastes Like Candy, September 9th. Thank you for having me here. Thank you for talking slashers with me. It's my favorite thing in the world, and I love being here with you guys to talk them.
Well, we will come back for Slasher Party soon, and we are doing your pick, which is
Prom Night.
Prom Night series, right? Which I didn't even know there was a 3 and 4. So
Apparently there's 5, she was telling me last night.
There's a
my God.
remake. There's a remake. We got to do the remake too.
I might
didn't
just
know there
film
was a
6 in my basement. I don't have a basement, but I'll film it in my garage over the weekend, and then there'll be 6, and we can do that one too. No, I'm looking forward to this big time. So we will do those soon. But until then, this is the Horror Vision Slasher Party. I'm Sean.
I'm Missy.
And Jessica, thank you again for joining us. Tastes Like Candy, September 9th. And Fatally Yours,
Mayish?
May. I saw the date. I'll put it up.
I saw the date too. I don't know if it means anything. No one tells me nothing.
Well, all right.
Hapless teenagers beset by demons in the woods. A strange new drug that turns art into murder. A can't beat a deal on a new house with a horrifying past. A video game that might usher in the apocalypse. From the demented mind of Sean C. Baker, author of A Collection of Desires, Shadow Play, and Murder Virus, comes Volume 4, collecting Baker's no sleep work along with several never-before-published short stories. This 99-cent volume also includes the opening chapter of the author's forthcoming teenage giallo novel, Black Gloves and Broken Hearts, due out later this year.